Okay, guys, so I saw this morning, or I should say I heard on the radio that unemployment, and I should have did a little more research before I pulled this up, but here we go. So unemployment today was announced at 3.2%. Now, here's the fantastic thing for everybody on this page. If you are currently not making enough money, now is absolutely your time to jump on the bandwagon, get that resume squared away, and start looking. Because here's the difficult part out there. If you are running a business right now, and where I'm really seeing a huge difference is in the labor market, like general labor. I don't know if you guys can hear this shit going on outside my house or not, but it's like an earthquake out here today because they are repaving my road. These guys that are in these skilled labor trades, they are in such high demand right now. I've been watching their labor rates increase about $2, maybe $3 per year in the unions here, up here in Minnesota. So full employment is kind of a subjective number. When I was going through my MBA program, it was back then 3.5%. Then in 2008, the government started messing around with that number, and eventually it jumped up to 5.5. So what that means is that if you are looking for a role right now, you are in high demand. So those jobs that haven't been automated yet, right? Like even if you're working at McDonald's, flipping a burger, chances are you can go to Wendy's or one of the competitors and make a decent increase in your wages. And you should be taking a look at, what is your earning income potential right now? Because, let's face it, most of us have got some bills more than others. Some of us are fortunate where we don't have any bills, but that's not the norm here, right? So when you take a look at what employers are up against, it's really interesting because they are not going to be nearly as selective as they could even a year ago. So 3 years ago, I did a career change. After 20 years of being in sales, I went into delivery management for IT. So I did a career change when the economy was shit. I made a pretty lateral move as far as my income goes, but I was able to increase my value in the marketplace by quite a bit. And personally, I'm looking at taking a pretty significant jump at the end of the day because of what my skills are in the marketplace. So unemployment is at 3.2%. A good economy, 4.5%, is kind of what's considered to be pretty good. These employers are going to have to pay through the nose for you. So make sure you take advantage of this because you know what? Your loyalty should equal what their loyalty, historically speaking, would be, which is if you're on the spreadsheet above or below, we have a labor rate increase, boom, we're going to cut you, fella, right? I mean, that's just the way the economy works. So some of the things that a lot of these employers are going to have to start taking a look at is where do we get cheaper rates, cheaper labor, reasonable labor, and what's that going to look like, right? So a lot of places are going to have to start looking at probably outsourcing, where that's a very, very dangerous thing to start doing. So you go to business school, they talk about comparative advantage, and they try to brainwash you on why it's cheaper to put stuff in, Pakistan and China and all of that. But if you take a look at some of those factors that are out there as to why that doesn't make sense, and smart companies understand this, why you should manufacture onshore or near shore for sure here in the U.S. So you got the tariff issue, you've got trade issues, you got labor rates, you've got exchange rates, you've got carrying costs of the product, you've got obsolescence issues. So let's say that you're a TV manufacturer and you decide to put your stuff in China, and all of a sudden there's a slowdown, there's an embargo, there's who knows what out there, right? All of a sudden, all that shit in those shipping containers is obsolete. So that $1,400 TV right now in 3 months may be worth $500, right? Those are huge business risks. Carrying costs are the interest that you're paying on all of these goods. So other things that people are concerned about is they know that productivity per employee is a constant number to monitor, right? So typically speaking, when your employer is not paying you at market rate, you adjust your labor according to market rate, right? So let's say you are working at McDonald's, it's $12 an hour, $9, whatever it is, but it's 9, and the difference, the delta is $3 to move to Wendy's. Chances are you're going to decrease your production by about 20%. So these guys are in a very, very precarious position right now. When the labor rate is low, you're going to see the incomes are going to go up. Inflation's probably going to follow, if not lead it just a little bit. That's a big thing. So I guess at the end of the day, I highly, highly encourage you guys to take a look at your current situation and speak to the people that are around you who care, and collaborate with them. Get their perspective on what they think would happen in various situations. So last night I had a guy call me wanting veterans, wouldn't tell me how much he was going to pay them, wanted me to find them, wanted me to have them show up. I guess that I'm now running employment services company or something like that. But it was an interesting conversation, to say the least. It's these kind of guys that are out there that are going to have a huge, huge awakening when it comes to how do I solicit top talent, keep it, pay it right, and make it extremely productive. So times have changed, fortunately for us, the employee. If I was running a large corporation right now, I'd be extremely concerned about my labor costs and labor rates, and I would be absolutely working on things such as employee satisfaction and trying to drive productivity up like that, and make sure I start writing some big fat bonus checks here at the end of the year to keep those guys, and some bonuses throughout the year as well. So anyways, check out more of our videos in the announcement section. If you have already invited all of your friends to join us, and that invite is over 28 days, the algorithms on Facebook actually roll that off of their pending list. So when you do send out an invite to them, even if that person doesn't accept it, they can still see our timeline. They just can't interact until they actually accept the Facebook Battle Buddy invite. So if it's over 28 days, please go through your invites once again, send that thing out. Encourage people to get on here. We really appreciate all of the interactions that we get on here. Depending on the month, we could be 60, 70,000 interactions up to, I've seen 129,000 at our peak. So do what you can to get those people here, get them the resources that they're looking for and need. Thanks for everybody that supports all of our vets. It doesn't matter if it's sending some positive energy your way or if you're offering them a job. All of that stuff is greatly appreciated. Anyways, have a great day. Check out the announcement section for other videos, and make sure you invite your friends and family so they can help partake in our nonsense here. Have a good day.